asking, how do you then? Because you go into the schools, and I mean, I've tried that, and they just think it's so cool to be telling you, you know what, oh, Johanna, we're doing this, or we're doing that, or we're using this, or we're using that. And I mean, you're like, look at these kids, you're killing yourself. But you're not, I'll be honest with you, there's like this gap, because I can see so much wrong, and I can see the danger of where they're going, and to them it's, I'm not saying about cool, because I understand that me thing that you say, but I also look at it and I think, guys, why?
Okay, that is a very, very, very common problem that is facing most of our counsellors, because you guys are going in there, but let's have a show of hands. How many of you have ever used drugs? I'm not talking prescription drugs, I'm talking street drugs. Not one of you. I see a hand. I see a hand. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we've all lived in those generations. But the rest of you that never use street drugs, how can you expect a kid to listen to you that doesn't know what's going on in his mind? Because when he takes that ecstasy or that acid, he feels as if he is in charge of the world. I've given you, free of charge, a very empowering tool in the form of that CD that you've got. Use it. Educate yourself as to what's going on in my mind so that you can better begin to help them. That kid that says it's so cool, choose one of those videos, take it into your class and say, this guy also thought it was so cool. And I'm not speaking on the normal levels that the people try to address the kids. I speak in their language. They can associate to what I'm saying, the terminology and stuff that I use in a lot of those videos. They will immediately be able to relate to it, see that I am someone that knows what I'm talking about. And then maybe that little light will go on. But as I said, with the zip line, when that kid's on the drugs, he's going to continue and continue. You need to be able to say to him, but why do you need that crutch? And make him realize that that is what it is. And perhaps point out to him that he's poisoning himself. And look for that one. Each child is very, very different. I'm blessed. I can read people reasonably quickly. And the kids that I've been able to help is because I can pinpoint what his lack is immediately almost. I can say to him, but you're hiding behind drugs because of this. And the minute you hit that emotional level with that child, he begins to, what I call, spike. The tears start to come, and there's almost a relief in his heart that someone is seeing what is actually hiding behind. Because that is all a mask. It is cool to use drugs. It is cool to use drugs. It feels like it. God, it felt amazing to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have used it for a decade. But the minute someone saw through that facade and hit that emotional string within me is the day that I swung my life around. Either that or that kid's going to hit the bottom of the zip line, as I said, and be a total, absolute emotional mess before you can start to help him. The fact of the matter is you cannot help a child that does not want to be helped. You cannot. You can try all you like. And that's something I say to all of the people that I talk to. Unless you can hit that string with that kid where he can realize that what he's doing stands a chance of killing him, destroying his family, and tearing his soul apart. But you do it on a very, very simple level.
That's what I was going to say. It's got to be simple because they don't understand that deep talk.
No, they don't.
That sounds crazy.
But you as counselors understand what I'm talking about because you know the emotional levels. So you've got to look into that kid and see where that shortage is. And the minute you start getting that right, it happens automatically. Because you'll just say one word to that child. Say, but you're hiding this. And you take them on one-on-one. It doesn't help to address them amongst their buddies because they're never going to back down for you. They're never going to back down for you. That kid, you need to say to him, listen, I can see where you're coming from. And I can understand it. But when you really want to go and think about it, come see me. Come, just check him in. 9 times out of 10, when that kid's buddies are gone, he'll come to you and say, but man, what were you talking about? And that's when the gates become open. And if he doesn't come to you, he wasn't destined to be helped at that point of the game anyway. I've seen people that are shooting up heroin, and you can hit that emotional string and it bounces straight off because he doesn't want to be helped at that stage of the game. We can only help people that want to help themselves. The main empowerment that I can give you is to spot these things before they start taking hold on that level, and to start addressing those issues. And perhaps if you see a kid that you know something's going on, find a way to win their trust. And then get an opportunity to speak to them on one-on-one. You're not going to achieve it in the crowd.